What's up, guys? Chris from Full Battle Jacket here, and I'm at work today. It is the middle of the day. I'm at lunch, but I just had to react to this bombshell announcement that PlayStation could be acquiring Kadokawa, which is the parent company of From Software. From Software, of course, being a very important studio for PlayStation in particular. A lot of history there. My initial reaction will be coming up here in just a moment, but just wanted to, before we get into it, mention a quick reminder. This Thursday, my 30th anniversary PlayStation 5 Pro will be arriving from PlayStation Direct. I will be doing a full unboxing of the bundle, which includes the DualSense Edge. If that interests you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now, in terms of Sony acquiring From Software, to that I say hallelujah, and what took so long? My God, Sony already owns the IP for Bloodborne, already owns the IP for Demon's Souls, and I am convinced that one of the reasons why we haven't gotten a Bloodborne remaster has to do with a lot of the, complexities of, it being a Sony-owned IP and From Software having grown to such a point to where they've had mega releases like Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree. In the past few years, they've just gotten bigger and bigger. It's an interesting situation with From Software because when originally Sony refused to publish Demon's Souls in the West, it ended up being Atlas who came along and released that title here in the United States where I live. I bought that. I actually happen to have the collector's edition at home. It's one of my personal treasures in my collection in terms of physical copies. I was there, from the start when that title released, and it was transformative. It is, From Software has gone on to be one of my favorite publishers, if not my top video game studio of all time. In some ways, I'd say that From Software has ruined video games for me. They created the subgenre of Souls-likes. It got to the point to where other games just paled in comparison to me. So I am a massive fan, and as a massive PlayStation fan, I am thrilled. On the other hand, I know that there are many who will not be so thrilled with the news that Sony could be acquiring From Software and its parent company, Kadokawa. They have their hands in anime and other synergistic forms of media that is of interest to Sony. Sony, owning Crunchyroll, and, so there'll be implications there as it relates to anime. So given the fact that they had the opportunity, they could have acquired the studio when they were small, when From Software was small, and scrappy. Now they've grown to the point to where, you have a mega popular franchise like Elden Ring, which is probably sold north of 20 million copies worldwide by now, maybe even better than that, at this point. They're kind of coming in and they're buying high, which is unfortunate for Sony. As far as fans of Xbox or PC players, I don't anticipate that PC players will be locked out of any sort of content. If you're playing on PC, probably the biggest impact of this announcement will be Sony's very stubborn and stupid requirement, in my view, that you have to sign up for a PSN ID, which tends to lock out many users in different countries where, the PlayStation Network is just not available yet. To that, I say Sony should probably be doing as much as they possibly can to get certain countries that PSN is unavailable up on PSN. But, for you Xbox boys and girls, my suggestion is maybe, just maybe it's time to start thinking about getting a PlayStation or enjoy these games on the PC. You know, I can't say that I have much sympathy as it relates to Xbox, given that they seem, you know, ready and willing to just buy up the entire industry. You know, they've already bought 2 major publishers in Bethesda and arguably the biggest publisher of them all, Acquistion. And that strategy has led them down the path to where they now have to release their games multi-platform in order for them to remain profitable. Down the road, maybe that's a position that Sony will be in as well. Only time will tell. My initial reaction to this acquisition is like phenomenal. Phenomenal. If you are a PlayStation fan, this is huge news. If you are a From Software fan, hop on the PlayStation train. It's time. Let's go, baby. You know, I am super excited. I'll probably make a more in-depth video from home, you know, in my regular studio setting, once I have an opportunity to kind of research. You know, I don't know all the details of the acquisition. This is just more or less a reaction video. But until then, like I said, if you're interested in watching me unbox the 30th anniversary edition of the PlayStation 5 Pro, this is the Pro model. You know, the big bundle, the numbered bundle. It'll be interesting to see what number I get. There's only a hair over 12,000 of these in existence worldwide. So I was lucky enough to snag one. I'll be unboxing that this Thursday. Stay tuned to this channel if that is something that interests you. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop me a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think of Sony coming in and scooping up From Software? Huge news. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Good, bad, indifferent, what have you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.